We're sitting here with Guardian at ESL Dallas. I don't think we need to hide behind the fact that yesterday wasn't the best performance, really just not from you though, but from a team aspect. What was the discussion like after yesterday's match?
Actually, there's not much to discuss because if you're not performing in all aspects of the game, then there's not much to discuss. I mean, if you would be on point at least skill-wise, then if you lose the game because we made mistakes, I don't tactic-wise, then you have something to discuss. But obviously, we were off the game in all aspects, skill-wise, tactic-wise, communication-wise, everything. So there's not much to discuss, right? You have games like this sometimes. I mean, any sport, any team in the world can have off games like probably. Let's say we can compare to now the Champions League. Maybe Liverpool will beat Real Madrid, and it's off game for Real Madrid, right? So it's nothing much to discuss. And if I take my personal game, I mean, at one point, at one side, I'm proud of myself because I didn't give up until the last point. So even though I had 0-0-16, it didn't mean that now I'm giving up. I cannot hit anything or I cannot kill anyone. Just the opposite. I was trying even harder, but it didn't work out. Nothing to be said about. The next event will be better. I mean, I know myself. I know my team that we can play 100 times better. So we have many events. Nothing to be said about.
Now you spent some time on FaZe now, after obviously the move from Navi over to FaZe. Navi was kind of notorious for getting a lot of those second place finishes. And ever since your transition to FaZe, I don't know, I mean, I've noticed you as being one of the most clutch players in Counter-Strike. I mean, you've made round after round, whether it be in majors or big tournaments. What kind of switched, was there a growing moment that you had going over from Navi to FaZe, or was it just the personnel around you? But what's kind of been the biggest change in your mind and into your most recent performance?
If we start with why did I change from Navi to FaZe, it was mostly because 5 players as a unit didn't work out. So basically, we were only 5 players playing for a team, not like a team that has one goal. So basically, for me, it was kind of change of growth that I changed and I grew myself as a person. I grew as a player, and I can still grow in the future because there's like opportunities in CS:GO or in esports. There are like millions of it. Like you can improve every day. You can improve on communication or whatever. So for me, changing from Navi was a big move because I think it helped for both sides. It helped me and it helped Navi. So I mean, it's hard to say, but I think it helped me because I grew as a player, as a person. I think even the clutches, I think it helped me because I became more calm than before. So I think this whole move and whole change was all about me growing up.
In these last few tournaments, you guys have obviously been without Olaf. He's been sidelined due to personal reasons. Is that almost are you able to internally at least use that as a little bit of an excuse as to maybe not finishing off some of these tournaments, or the expectation still going into each tournament? We have to win. Winning is the only option.
Before Olaf left, we were I think the best team in the world. We had the results. We had won tournaments. We had the major final. We lost major final Katowice. So I think we were still the best team with Olaf. So obviously, if he's taking the break and we are taking stand-in, obviously we are professionals and we are supposed to play for the top spots, right? So we still want to win, and I think I think we didn't do the best work we could have done. So I think that's why we lost some tournaments, and that's why we probably lost also here so easily against Australis or against Navi. So expectations are always high, even though you are not playing in your full lineup. That doesn't mean you have time to relax or you have time to just say, hey, we are not in the full lineup. Yeah, it's okay to lose because it's not okay, right? We are professionals. We are getting paid by our organization, and that the organization has expectations. So we can't just say, hey, we have stand in, and that's why we lost. That's wrong, and we have to take responsibility for losing the tournament.
Is there any timetable for Olaf coming back?
I shouldn't talk about it because it's all Olaf's thing and his personal decision. But I think he should be back very soon, earlier than we expected. So I think we can see him soon.
And is that going to be just a pretty much he's ready to come back and he's in the lineup, or is there going to be kind of a warm-up period for him to get back in? How do you guys plan with that?
Olaf has been playing CS the whole time. He's not like he took off the time and he didn't play CS. So I've seen before Sydney. I think since Sydney he played a lot of FPL games. I think he was up to like 40 games since then. So I think he will be in form right away when he comes back, and we will be practicing on full power. It will be not like, hey, we will play just practice and then we will discuss things. I think we will probably do a boot camp as well with Olaf. So yeah, I mean we will be ready to play.
Are you noticing a meta change in CS right now with the way Australis has been playing, going back to more of the utility and nading style that you're kind of seeing from them? Do you think that that's something that'll catch on and other teams will replicate, or just find a way to counter their approach to the game?
I mean, obviously Australis is a team that is coming up with new stuff all the time, but if we talk about utility using, there are other teams that are using utilities much more than for example us or other skill-based teams like Fnatic. So I think like Navi or Gambit or NIP or these kind of teams, they are more based on utility using. So it's nothing new, but Australis came up with something, I would say, unique, using the double nades, using the triple nades, stuff like this. So it's unique to be able to actually find something new in such a old game, I would say already.